Hey, welcome back to Geek Speak.
I'm Rob.
I'm Trace, and this is where we just talk about little tiny subjects. And I've got some stuff I want to talk about, but you started off. What do you want to talk about, brother?
Uh, let's do the Predator movie. We were going to talk about it during supper or during lunch. I
Yes,
was
but
like,
you
no,
was
no,
like,
no.
no, 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 no.
So the Predator Badlands. Have you
Yeah,
seen the
trailer.
trailer?
Yes, yes,
What
yes.
and thoughts?
Let's see. Well, I thought the I thought the Predator looked a little odd. It looked like he had his. It looked like they were trying to give a hip Predator. So they've got his I guess tentacles would be the correct term. Whatever's on his head, they've got kind of tied back.
More like
Yeah,
dreadlocks.
yeah, tied back into a big ponytail. And now I do find it interesting. He's going to be the protagonist. Most of the time the Predator's the bad guy,
Right.
but in this one, it looks like a predator's a good guy, and then the other predators are the bad guy.
I didn't mind the change of look because
Yeah,
the way I look at it is, and tell me if I'm mistaken
yeah.
here, the predators evolved by taking the best of whatever prey they're hunting, right?
That's a mythology. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah,
the fact that he looks more humanized and more modern makes
yeah,
me think, okay, they've taken that genus or whatever you want to
yeah,
say
yeah.
into their being, and that's why they change looks a little bit each time is because they're evolving
Yeah, I
themselves.
think the reason they change looks a little bit each time is so that you can sell Predator action figures. Because if they all look the same, once you buy one, you're done. So they're
Well,
gonna they're
got
gonna
different
keep
paint
they're gonna
jobs,
keep
different
they're gonna keep.
equipment.
And
I
man, I tell
mean,
you what, NECA has made a
don't
killing.
tell me that because tell me the turtles don't look the same all the time. They just put different art
Yeah,
style
they
to it.
they tweak them. They
Okay,
tweak them. But
so
I mean, yeah, NECA's made a killing off selling those Predators. And I mean,
right.
they've made a slew of them. But yeah, it looked interesting. I'll probably give it. I'll wait till it comes. I don't go see anything on. I don't see anything on opening night anymore. I usually wait
Oh
until
no,
till
yeah.
reviews come out, and then see. Okay, yes, I want to see it. No, I want to see it. Yes, I want to see it at the theater, or no, I want to see it at. Just wait till it comes on a streaming
Right.
service. So, Daredevil Born Again. So I'm a huge Daredevil fan.
Okay,
We've
cool.
actually we actually had a subscriber ask if we had watched it and what our thoughts were. I know you don't have Disney, so I
Nope.
feel pretty confident you haven't watched it. But I just finished it. And I really, really liked it. And so you can tell, they had went back and scrapped like the first 6 episodes, and they brought the original showrunners in that come from ABC Studios that did the show that was on Netflix.
Right.
And so they redid the first episode, and they brought back Foggy and Karen, played by Deborah Wall, which I'm a big fan of hers anyway. And but spoiler, there will be some spoilers. They killed Foggy right in the first episode,
All right.
and
Really?
so then the next episodes after that, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 and 7 were the episodes that were filmed ahead of time, and then the showrunners come in and finished up 8 and 9. So you can really see a difference. You can really see a difference in the series.
Now,
It
Foggy didn't die in the comic books, right?
Well, there's a theory, and we're going to talk about some rumors and some actual facts about season 2 because they're already filming season 2.
Okay.
But Foggy died in the first episode, but in one of the comics, it was thought that he had died, but he was really in some witless relocation
Oh.
program.
Oh,
And
okay.
some of the actors have slipped up and said that the old cast will be returning, including Foggy. Well, he's dead, so he would either have to come back as flashbacks, or he would have to come back, like they did in the comic.
Right. Okay.
And some really astute viewer noticed that one of the addresses that was shown in the background when he was killed is actually the issue that he died in and went into witness relocation in the
Ah.
comic books. So,
Yeah,
so
what's
I,
the
I would say,
coincidence in
yeah, I
that?
would say, of course, nobody stays dead in comic books
No,
anyway.
no,
I'd
no.
say more than likely he'll come back. But, Charlie, I can't imagine anybody else playing Daredevil other than
Charlie
Charlie
Cox.
Cox. Sorry, Ben Affleck. But, and then Vincent D'Onofrio, who plays Kingpin,
Right.
he when I first saw his Kingpin, I didn't like it because he's so affected. You know, his voice. He just can't talk in a regular voice. He sounds like he's constipated. You know, he's like, a mayor protects his city, and it must be hard to deal with your hatred. And I haven't pooped in 1.5 weeks. And that's the way he talks. But now I've gotten so used to him. Whenever I read the comics, that's the way I hear Kingpin. That's the way I hear his voice now.
Right.
But the series, you know, there's a big gap in time in between the end of the 3rd season that was in Netflix and the new Daredevil Born Again. A lot of people had a hard time with, like, how can how can Wilson Fisk, a.k.a. Kingpin, be mayor? Trump got elected and he had, what, like 34? He had like 34.
Why didn't you say when Lex Luthor can be president? Why can't...
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a fan of Trump, but I mean, he had so many federal indictments and he still got elected. I mean, it can happen because it has happened. And but a lot of people tried to make, a lot of people insert politics into their show, and a lot of people tried to insert politics in this show. I watched it. I enjoyed it. On a scale from 1 to 10, I'd probably give it a 9. I really liked it. There was, but we'll talk about something else. We'll come back to that.
Okay. Well, speaking of, when you brought up Daredevil and Charlie Cox,
yes,
and you know I'm a big fan of props.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen the new Billy Clubs that are on sale from, I think it's Comic Sandwich is the company? Bro, here, boom, here's some pictures. Boom, boom, look at them. Dude, wait until I show you. They are badass. I'm not even a Daredevil fan.
Yeah.
And they come with a stand that is signed by Charlie Cox.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. They are sweet.
I thought about trying to make a Billy Club because anything you buy is typically just for show.
Right.
But there is a company that makes a nunchaku, and it screws into each other, and it doesn't have a chain. It has a cable.
Right.
It has a cable in it, and it's textured to where you can grip it, and it's all one piece of aluminum.
Wait till you see this.
And I thought about getting it and trying to paint it up like his Billy Club because I mean it would actually have some heft to it.
When you see this prop, you're going to get it. Speaking of props,
yes,
I brought one today.
Oh, you did?
Yes, thank
Okay.
you, and I owe you for it.
Oh, yeah.
So I love my brother. My brother loves me, and we talk geeky stuff even when we're not here doing it. So you sent me a text the other day. Did you see this? Yeah, I seen it.
Did you go out and get it?
And I went out and got it.
I wondered.
Dude, the Darth Revan helmet. And here's what's even better about it. Look, y'all going to get to see me without my shades on.
I don't even recognize you.
Look, it fits my fat head.
Wow.
Look at that.
You wanted that. You wanted that, and they stopped making it.
Right.
Yeah, and so then they come back out with it, and I seen it at GameStop the other day, and I thought I need to send that to Robert. And it was not only a GameStop in Lawrenceburg. I saw it in Frankfurt. So I'm glad you got one.
Dude.
I'm glad they come out. There's a reason they come back out with it.
Because they knew I was looking for it.
Because they knew you were looking for it. No, they were selling online for big money, and and whoever makes that stuff, I don't know who made it.
I don't know. I have to look.
But anyway, whoever made it thought, we're missing out on some money.
Yeah.
Anytime you make a prop, you need to keep making them until they don't sell no more. There's a tag back there if it's got a name on it.
Star Wars.
No, that's
Lucas
Films. Jazzwares Play, Costume Play is when it made it.
Yeah,
anyway,
that
looks awesome.
That is a
That's
cool
great.
ass Mando helmet.
It is cool.
Yep.
Okay, back to Daredevil. So there was one episode I really didn't like in Daredevil, and it's first of all, I liked the episode, so I'm confusing you here. But it was just a standalone episode, which I like anyway, and some bank robbers come into a bank, and Matt Murdock happened to be in there, and he had to defend. They were taking hostages, and they were trying to steal some jewels out of a security deposit box, but they just kept. One of the guys working there just kept talking about Miss Marvel. Marvel Comics has pushed that character, Miss Marvel, the young Muslim girl.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
She doesn't wear a burqa or anything.
I thought they had killed her off.
They killed her off in Spider-Man, brought her back. What they did, they tried every way in the world to push that character. They originally she was supposed to be one of the Inhumans, and now they killed her off, brought her back, and she's supposed to be an X-Man now. She's supposed to be like one of the mutants. They've started her series over and over again, comic book series, and they get canceled because nobody cares about the character. And so they come out with a series, and nobody watched it on Disney Plus. And so, like, right in the middle of this episode, somebody's got a Miss Marvel pop, and they keep bringing up Miss Marvel in the episode. Somebody's like, Miss Marvel, she's my favorite hero, blah, blah, blah. And it was just so much of an insert and didn't go along with the rest of the episode, that it was just almost like an infomercial or a commercial that you have inside of a series, and almost like product placement.
Right.
And so it really took me out of the episode. And if you like that character, that's cool. I don't have no problem with it. But man, Marvel's trying every way in the world to make that character popular, force that character, and it hasn't worked for them so far. And they were trying it in this new Daredevil series, and man, that gets old. So anyway, what else you want to talk about?
Okay, so since we've talked to you all last, we've had the Star Wars celebration.
Mm-hmm. Japan.
Right?
Domo arigato.
Yeah,
Mr.
awesome.
Roboto.
So anyway, did you see that they're bringing Ryan Gosling into the Star Wars family in a Star Wars, what's it called?
Starfighter.
Starfighter.
Yeah.
And that scares me because I'm a big Blade Runner fan.
Yeah.
And they brought Brian Gosling into...
Is it Brian or Ryan?
Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan.
Brian, potato. Either way, I don't think he did anything for the Blade Runner movie.
He's an overrated actor, in my opinion.
I don't like to say anything negative, but I will say I agree. Anyway, yeah, I'm worried about the future of Star Wars.
Are you just now starting to worry about that?
Well, no, I mean, okay, you got to admit that
there's Star Wars and there's Disney Star
Mandalorian
Wars.
was pretty good.
First 2 seasons.
Okay, well, now they're getting ready to do a Mando movie.
Yes.
Right.
And they showed the trailer there at the
Mando
celebration.
and Grogu, which I'm sure they pushed. I know that they kind of pushed that trailer up faster than they should have because the model. I'm big into material things, as you can tell.
Yeah.
The model makers had to be forced to come up with the ship and do everything for that.
For the trailer. That they showed at the celebration. Yeah.
Actually, they only finished one side of it.
Yeah.
They didn't even finish the whole thing. So they were in a rush. Pushed even.
Yeah.
Pushed even. And so, yeah, I mean, and I haven't got to see it because, like you said, I don't have Disney, but I've heard that the Ahsoka show was
season
good.
2, yeah.
And
so, I watched season 1 now.
But this was going to be something standalone, away from any other characters we knew.
Yeah.
And I was hoping that,
Well, here's the thing, and we've talked about this in the past, is because we live in an era of social media, you need to keep your IP always on the tongues of people. You need to have your water cooler discussions, and you need to have the fans excited. So they talk about a lot of stuff that will never happen.
I've seen that.
So you have David Benioff and David Weiss, who did Game of Thrones. They were supposed to have a trilogy. Didn't happen.
Right.
So you had Rian Johnson. They announced his trilogy before The Last Jedi came out. Where's his trilogy?
Right.
It's not going to happen. Taika Waititi was really hot there for a while before he made that horrible last Thor movie, Love and Thunder. He was supposed to have his own trilogy. Guess what? No trilogy.
Right.
So then they announced at the last Star Wars celebration, even had Daisy Ridley come out, that she's going to be in a new Rey movie.
Right.
New Rey movie. No Rey movie.
No.
No Rey movie. So I mean,
Yeah, that's what I'm actually hoping this is.
so just because
how much they paid him to just say, okay, we're not for sure that this is going to happen. Just come on stage.
just because they announce something, you can't pay any attention to that whatsoever. And
because they
so-
don't say anything. They don't say anything to them things. They're so vague. They dance around questions.
Yeah.
You don't know. I
And,
have to sit there and watch the whole thing.
And we don't want Disney to fail. We want Disney to do well. And they have made some good products.
Right.
You know, Andor would be one. First 2 seasons of Mandalorian. We both love Rogue One.
Right.
So I mean, it can happen, but they're very, very hit and miss, and oftentimes they're missed. And I think a part of that is there's a push for content because they have a streaming service.
Right.
So they're having to come up with something new. They have to come up with something to entice viewers to subscribe. And so the quality's not there, but the quantity's there, but the quality's not there. Okay, back to Daredevil. Daredevil season. Yeah, this is my theme. So Daredevil season 2. So these are some facts we know. It's filming now. It's going to release in March 2026, next year. And so we know there's going to be some returning characters. We know that Karen Page is going to be back. We know John Bernthal, who's, in my opinion, the best Punisher. He's going to be back.
Right.
And he actually was refusing to do the first season because they had written the Punisher doing things that he didn't think the Punisher would do. And so they rewrote it, and he also got him to give him a standalone movie. So he's going to have a standalone movie that's going to go right straight to streaming, a Punisher movie. So
must be nice to be able to pull them strings.
Absolutely. So then they've got the new showrunners that are going to do the whole season. There's only going to be 8 episodes next season instead of 9. And Daredevil has a new suit because we have to sell more action figures. He's got a black suit with red double D on it, not for breasts, just for Daredevil.
Right. Like the original thing.
Yeah, and it looks like the suit from Shadowland. And a lot of people wonder if they're going to bring some Shadowland storylines into this. They won't. They call this Daredevil Born Again, and there is a Frank Miller series story arc that was called Daredevil Born Again that's super popular. That was in the comics way back in the day, and this Daredevil Born Again series really didn't have that. Really was separated from that storyline. It was just in name only. And so even though he has the suit from Shadowland, a lot of people didn't like that story arc. I actually thought it was okay. But just because you got that suit, it's just to sell action figures. It's not, they always got it. If you notice, they tweaked his suit from Netflix season 1, season 2, season 3. You didn't pay real close attention to that? You didn't get down there and look and say, oh, that was red, now it's black.
If I was going to cosplay as him, but no.
Yeah. So it'd be interesting. The Kingpin is it's really gonna be a continuation of the first season where the Kingpin's taken declared martial law over top of New York City, and so everybody's clamoring for the Defenders to come back. The guy that played Luke Cage, the guy that played Jessica Jones, or girl played Jessica Jones, guy that played Iron Fist. They're not going to bring them all back. I'm sure they'll bring Jessica Jones back, and because they've already hinted at that. But as far as like Finn Jones, who played Iron Fist, and I can't think of the guy's name that played Luke Cage, I don't think they'll bring them back. But anyway, that's all we know about season 2 at this point. So, you get anything else?
I just noticed everything except for the Predator we talked about it has to do with Disney.
Yeah,
that's sad.
Well,
they have so much hold on.
Think about all the IPs they've bought.
Yeah.
I mean, they bought The Simpsons, they bought Star Wars, they bought Marvel, they bought Indiana Jones. Seems like there's something else.
Tell me, you got something that ain't got to do with Marvel.
Yeah, I got Daredevil. My comic book recommendation is a limited series. If you want to hold it up there, by Jeff Loeb, written by Jeff Loeb and drawn by Tim Sale, and they did a whole series of Marvel comics, and this one's Daredevil Yellow. They had Spider-Man Red and Captain America Blue and Hulk Green. And this was the best of the bunch, but they really pair good together, that writer and that artist. And it's just about Daredevil's early days. And I have the first few issues, or I've got quite a few issues.
Is it any different than his original origin story?
It's good because what it is Karen Page is dead, and what he's doing is he's writing her letter. And he's trying to come to a closure. So he's writing in his journal, and he's writing to her even though she's not around. And he's thinking about the early days when they first met, when he wore the yellow costume. And he's trying to come to terms with his grief and trying to come to terms with his loss And it's a good. It's a 6-issue series and limited series, and it's pretty good. And if you got good art, great story, it's worth picking up, especially if you like Daredevil.
Cool.
All right, man. You done?
I'm done.
All right, I think we're done. Appreciate you watching. You guys stay geeky and hit that thumbs up, please, and like and subscribe. And it makes Robert happy. Look at him.